Get ready, folks. Coming up on New Day Cleveland, it's a 65-year celebration.
Oh, yes, we are on the Good Time 3. We're going to explore the water and we're going to have some fun entertainment, food, drinks. We got you covered.
All aboard. Here we go. Are you ready, everyone? We are ready for a New Day birthday. What kind of birthday?
A Good Time 3 birthday.
A 65th birthday, and we're here with the
Yes.
captain. Captain Rick, how are you? How do you feel about 65 years,
I'm
huh?
feeling great.
Yeah. Well, you look pretty good. So have you
You.
been here the whole 65 years?
I'd like to say that, but no.
No, but-
I started back in '86.
Back in '86.
38 years you've been
Yep.
doing this, going strong. Now the owner of this beautiful ship, but so you know how this has transformed over time. And I mean, we're talking about, for the next hour, we're talking about all the reasons why you need to come out on the ship.
Right.
But you've seen why this has been such a staple in our town.
Yes. Well, it all started with school field trips. We started with those back in '58, and then social clubs, Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, you name it. They all came aboard on the Good Time, which started in '58. Then we introduced the Good Time II in 1960. And then this vessel, the Good Time III, made its debut in April of 1991.
You know, the great thing about this is people come to Cleveland and say, well, what should we do when we come to Cleveland? And say, well, maybe we should go to Universal Circle, see the art museum. How about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is right around the corner?
Yeah.
But always mention in that same breath, Good Time.
Yes.
Whether it was the 1, the 2, or the 3, and now it's the 3.
Yes.
And how is the 3 different from the 2 and the 1, and how have things like grown?
Well, there are more creature comforts. The Good Time II did not have air conditioning. You open the windows if you wanted a cool breeze on the main deck. This vessel features air conditioning. We have, over the last 32 years, put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the vessel to make it look better, modernize it. Continually doing maintenance. As my stepmother always said, the ship should want for nothing.
Isn't that
And that
the
is
truth?
my slogan.
And there's so many beautiful views of our city, but
Yes.
there is nothing
Yeah.
like being out on that water and getting a look at it this way.
Yeah, the perspective of seeing Cleveland from the water is so different than on land. And I get so many people that come to Cleveland, they may have went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they come over here, they see the city, and they'll tug me by the arm and they'll say, man, Cleveland is great. We badmouthed Cleveland for so many years, and now that I'm here, they love it. And when I hear that, I know we're doing something right.
Doing something right, all right. I'm going like this back and forth because we're on the ship. I'm going like this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But look back to the city. Going back to that, going up the Cuyahoga River is fantastic. I love
Yes.
looking back when the city is lighted at night.
Yep, and all the bridges are lit up. It's just a great city, and the history of the Cuyahoga River and the history of all the companies that made Cleveland what it is today. We can't forget those. That history.
Now, how long are your cruises normally?
2 hours.
2 hours. So we're going to do 1 hour today, and we're going to give you a tour of everything there really is, everything you need to know about this wonderful ship, what it
Right.
all offers, and I might get a mimosa or two along the way. Sound good to you?
Let's do it. Let's get this party started.
You got it.
Well, here we are aboard the Good Time III in the heart, the center, where it all happens, the bar. And I'm with Kim right now, and you have control of this entire ship
I
by
sure do.
having control of the bar, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you have specialized drinks you make here, or people just come up and they make up drinks? How does it work?
We can make anything anybody wants,
Okay, what's the most popular?
but I'm going to make two of our most popular drinks.
Okay.
One is the Dirty Shirley, which is the adult version of a Shirley Temple.
Oh, yeah, so you get the maraschino cherries there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dirty Shirley. So how do you make Dirty Shirley?
So we start off with a 12-ounce cup of ice, and then some vodka.
Oh, I get to do
Yeah,
it?
you get to do it.
Okay.
There's a pour stopper on there, so 1 1/4 ounce of vodka.
Oh, so it does it by itself.
It does.
So watch this, guys.
There we go.
Look at that. It's like magic.
And then some lemon lime soda.
Okay. Kettle One, it's my drink.
It is good. I knew it.
How about that? And now what?
Grenadine. Splash of grenadine.
Just a splash. Now this one I gotta just splash. So this is skill here. Oh,
There we go.
more?
Nope.
That's it?
Well, it depends how sweet you like it. And
Okay.
then a cherry for a garnish.
There you go.
Voila. Do you want a sip?
Sure, why not? Let's see how it is. You slaved over this drink. I was here, I watched the whole time.
Simple but delicious.
Dirty but sweet.
Yep, there we go.
There you go. We like that one. What's the
Okay.
next drink?
So next one is a white peach sangria.
Hey, so do people, they come over, they pay, it's a cash bar?
We have cash and credit card.
Oh, and credit card?
No Apple Pay yet.
No Apple Pay yet. Okay.
So we're gonna make this one with 24 ounces of white Zinfandel.
Kim, how long have you been making drinks? When did you learn how to do this?
About 15 years. I bartended when I was in grad school and through most of my college years. For extra
15
money.
years? You're not old enough to be up to
You're
those
right.
15 years.
Oh, sorry. So this is 12 ounces. We're gonna pour that in here.
This drink's called?
The white peach sangria.
Okay.
So it's white Zinfandel. And this is a 12-ounce cup, so we have 24 ounces.
Wait, a 24-ounce drink?
No, so we're gonna make it in here,
Oh.
shake it up, and then we'll make one cocktail out
Oh,
of it.
phew. I was gonna say that.
And then if you want to pour in the 6-ounce can of pineapple.
I might go overboard with this. Never say overboard on
Yes.
board the Good Time 3, right?
Correct.
Listen to that. It's like the angels' music.
And then about 6 ounces of peach schnapps. And that's 9 ounces.
Is there a drink limit on the ship?
We don't like people to get too ship-faced.
Excuse me?
So I would say about 2 per person.
Oh, there you go. And there's music going on all the time?
We have live entertainment on Friday and Saturday nights on the first floor, and then, oops, oh gosh, I'm sorry. And then a DJ on the second floor.
I've been shipwrecked. How about that?
So pour this over some ice and add a
You
little
know how to
Sierra
keep the
Mist.
patrons under control, right? I like this. How long is a cruise?
2 hours.
2
typically.
hours. Yeah, so a couple drinks, that's good, right?
Probably about 3 people.
Look at
can be
that,
average.
the fresh fruit in there.
Fresh fruit. And you're done.
Great, we're gonna try this one too, right? Or I could just lick my shirt.
Sorry, I know.
No, are you kidding? This is great. I bet a lot of people, so
Splash
when you
zone.
go out there, does it get a little rough once in a while? And
It
people
depends on the
have to
weather.
be a little careful?
If it's windy, I would say a little bit more so.
Oh, this is good.
Good.
You're Kim, right?
Yes.
I have a wife named Kim. My Kim would like this.
Good. I'll
Yeah,
make her one.
That's great. How many different drinks? Can you name off the drinks you make?
We have about 10 cocktails that we feature, and they're seasonal, so we'll change them about once a month.
Can you name them?
Sure. We have a Captain Jim. We have a white peach sangria.
What's Captain Jim?
So that is actually Jim Beam, grenadine, and Pepsi in
And-
honor of Captain Jim.
And what's your favorite drink?
My favorite is pretty much the white peach sangria.
This one right here. Okay, so let's see. We have another straw.
We do. Should we do it together?
Here we go. Here we go, folks. Aboard the Good Time 3.
Delicious.
And that's a wrap.
Still to come on New Day Cleveland, I'm learning what it takes to be captain of the Good Time 3. David and I want to thank Dillard's Beechwood for helping us to look our best every day on New Day Cleveland. Did you know the Eastside location is Dillard's Midwest flagship store? They carry hard-to-find designer brands in fashion, footwear, home goods, and beyond. Not to mention, you can shop with a personal stylist at no cost. If you like our style, check out Dillard's Beechwood.
All right, folks, hold on because I have moved up to the wheelhouse. I brought Captain Rick up here with me. I'm the captain of the ship now, my friend, huh?
Captain Natalie.
It means we are in big trouble. This is really neat, though, to be up here. This is where it all takes place.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this again? You said how many years have you been a captain?
I have been licensed since the boat was brand new in '91.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And I still can't even imagine how you're able to dock these things
Well, I practice every once in a while.
every once in a while. Right?
Yeah.
How many cruises do you do a day?
I
a week?
actually, well, I have to confess, I am
You have
a
your
captain,
team.
but I have a master of the vessel, Captain Jim Carlin. I have Sean. I have Jay. I have Bob. I have
It's a team effort.
Joe. We have several captains on board.
And now you have Natalie to add to the list.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get
Okay.
in the chair here. I mean, it almost seems like it's not even real. Like, this seems fake to me, but this is how you do it.
Yeah. You can either use the wheel,
Uh-huh.
or you can use the joystick to turn the rudder. See? See the rudder turn?
Port and starboard. I got
Yeah.
I know my sides.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the other main things that you do? Like, when you first get in this chair,
Yeah.
what do you have to do?
Well, before I even get in the chair,
Uh-huh.
our captains, and if I get to captain the boat, which is not very often, but we have to do our checklist. There's checking the oil, checking the strainers, all of these like a pre-flight list. We have a pre-cruise list, and that's probably the most important part of captaining the boat.
You do all the before stuff, making sure
Yeah,
we're all safe,
you
right?
got it.
Where's the button to just turn this whole thing on?
Well, you can
there
hit
such
this
thing?
button right here if you'd like. Go ahead and try it.
What's that? Oh, I'm about to blow everyone's eardrums
Yeah,
out.
there
I
you
feel
go. What do you think?
like. I like
Pretty
that
good,
one.
huh?
I like that one.
Yeah.
Do you use that often?
Oh yeah.
As
every
you're
day.
all aboard and you're getting ready to set out, right?
Every day. We hit the horn when we leave, and we use the horn to signal the bridges to open in the Cuyahoga River.
This is amazing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and this steering, how light or hard do you have to go in order to make sure that you're staying on track?
Basically what you need to do is you have to make small moves.
Small moves always.
Small moves. Yep.
Small moves and in big moments, because I hear this is not just the Goodtime III, this is also a love boat of sorts, is it not?
It is. We have had many couples that have met here on the boat as employees and have gotten married. In fact, I have one employee, he has 7 children now, and one of them is an NFL football player.
Well, let's just say if you need some inspiration on how to make the family grow, then you just come on the
Right.
Goodtime III.
Well,
Have
they don't
a
call
good
it the
time.
good time for nothing.
They definitely don't. I get it. I absolutely see it. All right, you ready to take this thing on the open waters?
Yes.
I can't
Let's
believe
go
he
ahead
just
and do
said
it.
yes. He's definitely not going to let me really
All right.
drive this thing.
Here we go.
All right, let's go.
There are just so many things that you can see and do here in downtown Cleveland, but the big question, where do you get started? Well, we have Jen Brazovich from Destination Cleveland. She is here, and Jen, you always have the best ideas on ways to occupy your time, especially in the summer.
Especially in the summer. This is the season to be in Cleveland, right? I mean, it does not get better than summer in Cleveland. And we have so many things that are back open, festivals and concerts that are back on the schedule. So it is truly a can't miss time to bring your friends and family here.
All right, so you talk about friends and family. Let's hit up the educational side of downtown Cleveland, because there are a lot of things to see and do.
Yeah, so if you're on the Goodtime III, one of the first things you're going to see when you launch from Voinovich Park is the Great Lakes Science Center. Now, this is going to be the place to be next April for the total solar eclipse that's going to put Cleveland in the path of totality. They're going to be hosting a 3-day festival next April. The solar eclipse is April 8th. But you don't have to wait until then to go and learn something new. So they're actually one of 11 NASA visitor centers. Of all of the whole country, we have one of 11 NASA visitor centers right here in Cleveland. So the NASA Glenn Visitor Center is over there at Great Lakes Science Center. It's a really cool place to go. Take the kids, take the family, and you can check out all of the cool artifacts and history over there and really get yourself ready for next year's solar eclipse.
That sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Absolutely,
But you
yeah.
can enjoy it all year round,
Yep,
because the
absolutely.
Science Center has so many things to offer. Let's also talk about live music, because when you're outside in the heat enjoying, the music, there's just something that makes you get into that feel-good mode.
Yeah, so outdoors in Cleveland in the summer is just like unmatched. And of course, we're known for our rock and roll heritage. So we combine two of those great assets here with our outdoor music venues. So one of them is right down in the Flats, Jacobs Pavilion at Nautica, right there on the west bank of the Flats. They have 20 shows between now and the end of the year. So they'll be able to entertain you no matter what type of music you're into. It is a can't beat location for concerts because you have the background right there. You can see the city skyline, you can see the water. It is absolutely can't be beat over there. And of course, the Cleveland Orchestra has Blossom Music Center. They're home for the summer. So they have a bunch of shows that you can check out this summer. You can pack a picnic, take the friends and family over there. That is something that you cannot get in other destinations, and we are so lucky to have here in the Cleveland area.
You are so right. You also mentioned the can't miss background. If you also want to get like a little workout in and also enjoy the views, you've got options for people that want to do that as well.
Yeah, so we're right here along the water, and what better way to see Cleveland than from the water? I mean, we have these beautiful waterfront assets here in Cleveland. We have the lake, we have the river, and so you can rent kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, and you can see the city right there from the water. So there's rental options, and then this July we'll be hosting Blazing Paddles Paddle Fest. Ooh. It's the 5th year for it, and it really celebrates the Cuyahoga River and the history and heritage here. So that's the 3rd weekend in July. You won't want to miss that. You can rent your kayak. You're going to want to reserve it in advance.
I like
because
the name of it,
packed.
Blazing Paddles.
Yes.
That's fun. And really quickly, you also have a fun destination passport.
Yes, so if you head to thisiscleveland.com/passports, we're going to help you explore Cleveland not only this summer but all year long with our experience passports. We have things like international food, our brewery passport, hidden historic gems, which is completely free. So all sorts of cool stuff right there at thisiscleveland.com to help you explore Cleveland this summer and all year long.
Jen, you give us even more reasons to love Cleveland. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break, we're talking to a rockin' Cleveland legend on the Good Time III. Well, long before you hear all aboard the Good Time III, you get to see a building over there that's rather iconic.
The most iconic in Cleveland, in all of Northeast Ohio, of course, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And sitting next to you right now is Norman Knight, who occupied the top floor of that Hall of Fame for a while. What were you doing up there?
Doing a radio show live from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We did it on CBS, and then we did it on Sirius XM satellite radio, and it was wonderful.
So that was a big national show.
That is incredible that when you think of cities throughout, not even just the country, but the world, you think of iconic places in each city, and you can name them all. And for Cleveland, it would be the Rock Hall.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a signature. You know, the interesting thing is there's 4 dates that are very important to Cleveland with the history of rock and roll. Number 1, the date is March 21st, 1952, the very first concert, the Moondog Coronation Ball. Alan Freed threw that's kicked off rock and roll. May 5th of 1986, when we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. June 7th of 1993 when we broke ground, and September 1st of 95 when we opened up the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to the general public. And it's just, it's such a wonderful place, and I feel so proud of playing a small role in being able to make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame part of my city.
He's humble. Yeah, a small role. Let's talk about that little small role. I mean, we were talking about iconic names and figures and that sort of thing. Mike Douglas. The Mike Douglas show was a huge national show. You played a part in that. So, I mean, you had some juice.
I was so lucky because my very first national appearance was January 22nd, 1968, 55 years ago. Bobby Darin was the co-host, and I'm on the show with Bobby Darin and Leslie Gore. That's where I first met Leslie. And Bobby was saying to Mike Douglas on the show, he says, because I had an album out called Rock and Roll Evolution or Revolution on Laurie Records, which was told the history about rock and roll. And he said, his album is selling more than mine. I said, no, Bobby, no. And Bobby invited me to the Latin Casino in Cherry Hill, New Jersey that night, and I was his guest, and we spent the evening. He was on stage, and he was unbelievable. Do impersonations, play the piano, do all kinds of songs, and he was just a delightful, delightful human being. And those are the things you savor, because ever since my first Rock On book came out in November of 1974, almost 50 years ago, the shows you had a chance to do, the people you had a chance to meet, the places you had a chance to go, They're all up in here now. You know what I mean? You just savor and say you were so lucky in being able to have
A lot
that.
of them are in here too.
In this incredible book, which you really kind of outline, as you said, this timeline here.
What we wanted to do with this book is the fact that for years I kept copious notes when we were having the meetings in New York back in 1983, 84, and 85. Every single time we had a meeting, I kept copious notes on who was there, what we talked about, how long it went, and everything else. And my relatives would say, "Hey, Uncle Norm, why don't you write a book about it?" And I never thought I would, but then I got together with Tom Farron, and it was a delightful writer. And I said, "Tom, I'd like to do a book." And we decided to do it. I asked Stevie Van Zandt if he'd write the forward. He said, sure. And then we got Janet McCosker, who does wonderful pictures.
Beautiful.
And we worked on this thing and got all the... Here's what we wanted to do. We wanted to give the real recognition to the people that worked so hard on making the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mike Benz, all these people that work behind the scenes and making it happen, Hank LeConte, the Belkins, everything else like that. And we wanted to really tell the story, and I'm so proud of that book. I've done 9 books already, 9 different books. And that was the one I'm most proud of because it tells a story about Cleveland, my hometown, how and why we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and why people should come and visit and just share the enjoyment of that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And you mentioned too, I mean, the amount of people in Cleveland, but they're also, I mean, I know you said you took a small role in this, but you've contributed to a lot of the people throughout Northeast Ohio who came together.
Well, Natalie, the one simple thing I will say, which is important, Leslie Gore, who had It's My Party, Judy's Turn to Cry, and everything else like that. I say this in the book, and I mean it emphatically. If it wasn't for Leslie Gore, there's no Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because she was the one in 1983 that contacted me to let's have a meeting about a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And as the metamorphosis of the thing developed and everything else like that, and finally I was able to meet with Ahmet Erdogan, and I'll never forget this meeting in May of '85. I sat in his office and said, Ahmet, would you consider Cleveland as a site for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? He said, absolutely not. Mayor Koch has got a spot for us, a brownstone on 42nd Street. Now, if I got up, shook his hand and said thank you and walked out the door, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a brownstone on 42nd Street. But I said for a moment, I saw that window of opportunity closing. I said, Ahmet, consider Cleveland, Alan Freed, the neutral city, the cost and everything else. I must have hit the right button because he called out. He said, when's our next meeting? July 18th. So we set up a meeting, and Cleveland went there, they pitched it, and the rest is history.
The city came together. They came up with the funds for this. You had hundreds of thousands of people sign a petition to make this happen. So it was such a labor of love for so many people. And now look at what it's generated over the years, the decades for us.
When I ride by that Hall of Fame and I look at it, and I just like to smile to myself, because you say you played a role in something very important for the city of Cleveland and your hometown, the jobs that you created, the money that was brought into Northeastern Ohio because of that. And that's what I'm most proud of. Out of all the things I've had a chance to do in my career, I'm most proud of that, being able to bring the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to Cleveland and have people at least say, hey, we're the city that hosts the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And here's a guy who's sitting on the deck here many times doing the sock hop. Folks come down here, it's like, it's another way to share, right?
You know what, I must say this. Rick Fryan, who's the Captain Rick, is a delightful person. 11 years ago, we talked about doing this sock hop. And now, Red Sails in the Sunset, this is going to be my final one, because on August 20th, we're going to shut it down, my role here with the Rocker. Because here's the thing, when we did these sock hops, 4 words come to mind when people come to this thing. Freezes time, suspends reality. Because for that 3 hours that you're on board the ship, we take you back to a different time in life, with the music, with the dancing. We're featuring 1958 because 1958, 65 years ago, is when the good times started. And think about 1958, the hula hoop was introduced, which we have hula hoops here, and the sack dress. I don't know, Natalie, I've never heard of the sack dress, but that was a big item that women wore back in 1958. But we're going to reflect back on the year 1968 and talk about the music, the era, and everything else. And we cordially invite everyone to come down and share it, because after 11 years, we've done 14 cruises. Everything comes to an end, and for me, I've decided to call it an end. And so I'm inviting everybody to come on down for the final cruise with me, and it's going to be a joyful thing.
Where would the city be without you? We talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame being an icon. You, sir, are an icon.
You both are so kind, and I got to tell you, My brother and I, we watch your show religiously every single
we're not
day.
gonna edit that out.
Religiously.
That stays.
we and it's just you two are a delight to watch. And I've been on, like I said, countless numbers of national TV shows. And I'm very, very proud of all the performers that I had a chance to talk to and be interviewed by, like I said, Dinah Shore, Mike Douglas, Tom Snyder. The list goes on and on and on and on. But you two are so delightful to talk to and sit and feel comfortable with. You ask the right questions, you pay attention, you listen, because when you do this thing for
What'd you
many
say?
years, when you do this thing like I've been doing it for 50 years now, you get to know a little bit about it. So two people like yourself, you're the best.
Thank
You are
you.
absolutely the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The check is in the mail, by the way. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure. Thank you.
When we return, a look at the fine dining that you can enjoy on the Good Time 3.
Have a suggestion for a segment or story? Email us at newday@fox8.com.
Well, you know what I think it's time for, aside from a good time? Cheers.
Cheers.
Look who's here with us right now. This is Valerie, who we thought we've been on this ship a lot of times. This woman has been on far more than we have.
1, 2, 3, Good Time 3, but you go back to the Good Time 1.
Well, that was in Sandusky. I've ridden that in the last couple of decades, so yeah. Till COVID shut it down, I take a bus trip up to Sandusky and get the Good Time 1. But the Good Time 2 was in Cleveland, and then it's the Good Time 3 replaced it.
You would think that she is part ownership in this ship, because this is a woman who we thought we have to interview someone who's been doing this over and over again. You clearly have a love for it. When did you start riding this ship?
This one, first year it was out, whatever year that was. I mean, I go on it every year, as many times as I can.
She's a party lady here.
I'm a party of one.
She insisted
Party
that
of one.
she insisted we have these drinks to do this interview also,
Well, cheers.
which I think is a wonderful idea. Hey, so what do you think? What's the magic of it for you?
Well, I have a pilot's license and I love the sky, and it's not the sky, it's the water. I love being on the water, and I wish they would do more open lake and less river, because I love the rock and the sway.
Well, she's
You
taking
like
over as
this?
captain here. You might be able to, get a little juicier.
You might begin a lot of rocking if I'm involved with that. You enjoy that though. You
Oh
enjoy
yeah, I
the
do.
motion
Oh
there.
yeah,
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
So have you ever been sick on this ship in your
No,
life then?
no,
Never.
no.
I am impressed with that as well.
I also like 60-degree bank turns in my single-engine airplane. I make everybody want to jump out.
Remind me to never get into flee with her.
So I get it. You're an adventurer for sure, but you must be one heck of a people watcher. Like, what kind of things have you seen
That's
and
what I
experienced?
was wondering. That's
Right?
a good question. What have you?
Oh, no, well, not really a whole lot out of the ordinary. I mean, I've seen things fall off the side of the boat, like, a little paper cup or something, but nothing major.
She's gonna say little people.
No people. No people, no.
What
Nothing
is it
major.
about getting on the ship then that brings, because you do it several times a
As
season.
many time I can. Yeah, I try to do 8 to 10. I didn't make it last year, but I do. Like I said, if it's not the sky, it's the water. And winters are so long, I have to cram it all in 3 months. So it makes it harder, yeah. But it's fun.
Is there a romance about it for you?
I just like being on the water.
I know we talked about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Is there a landmark that when you're out on the water that you see that you always enjoy, or something that just warms your heart?
The skyline, and sometimes we go out as far as Channel 8, which I think is cool, because I used to watch Big Chuck and Little John, and they'd show the building and the gorilla up on the top, and I thought that was funny. So there's Channel 8.
Have you ever done any of the cruises where they do the luncheons or the dinners?
I do the buffet a couple times a summer, yeah. Mostly I just do the sightseeing, but yeah, I've done the buffets.
What's the craziest thing you ever saw happen on the ship?
I don't think I've ever really seen anything crazy. I'm too busy looking at the water.
Yeah.
Would you recommend? I mean, clearly you would recommend this to
Oh
others.
yeah, absolutely.
But why would someone who maybe lives in Cleveland, oftentimes when you live here, you
Yeah.
forget to do these touristy
Right,
things.
exactly,
So
yeah.
why would you recommend people who live here even to come and enjoy this?
Because it's fun. They don't call it the good time for nothing. And if I can have fun as a party of one, imagine what a group can do.
So they don't call it the good time for nothing. No,
That's
they don't.
right,
They call it
no.
the good time
You
three.
have a good
So how about a
time.
little toast
Another cheers
to
again.
you and all the wonderful passengers that have
Thank
sailed
you.
and will
Yeah,
sail soon.
And come again.
Come
and
again.
And again.
So let's be honest, I came for two reasons. Get out on the open water, and I came for the food. And what better food than Normandy Catering? They cater every meal you could possibly have here on the Good Time 3. Thank you, Jim and James, for coming with us on board today on this wonderful
Thank you
trip.
for having us.
Good morning.
You've really made a little feast for us today, gentlemen.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, so when people come and board the ship, I would assume that this would be one of my main focal points. I said, well, what's the food going to be like?
Right.
So on any given day, what if someone comes on, say, for a public cruise? What type of food can they get and order?
So we have a wide range of buffets that we offer. Anything from carved beef here to pasta dishes, white sangria fruit salad, grilled chicken with nice toppings. So it depends, and we also do the PM cruises as well, which is a wider buffet as well. So.
And then when you do private cruising, that's when they can really take it up a notch, right? If they say, hey, I love this pasta that we're about to feature right now, I definitely want that on my private cruise, they can kind of pick and choose on their menu?
Absolutely, and then it's like hand-shaven Parmesan on top. We really try to step it up for the private charters with a completely customizable menus. We do like to take our time to make sure they're completely satisfied with setting the menus up and going through everything. So we have quite a different things we offer, live stations and a lot of interactive things. So there's quite a selection to choose from.
And I know you have this beautiful meat
Yep.
ready to go. This is a staple, I'm guessing, for so many.
It is. It's what we feature on the Saturday dinner cruises. It's a certified Angus beef strip loin.
And you have the horseradish sauce to go with it, right?
Of course.
You can't not have it without the horseradish sauce, right?
I'm with you.
So you've carved that beautifully.
Yep.
Now the pasta.
Yes.
It's all about the pasta.
Yes, so this one we have a cavatelli pasta with 4 or 5 different mushrooms inside of it, nicely sauteed. Braised beef that we, short rib that we braise for 24 hours. Tossed in the reduction sauce with a little bit of boars and cheese. And then as we plate it up, as people come by, we like to just kind of hand shave the parm right on top of it. And
Now you know I can't. I stole a fork because I couldn't see this without trying that. Do you
Right.
mind if I sample?
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So do people go wild over this dish?
Yes, absolutely. It's one of our small plate features that we do of different items and nice interactive things.
Can you tell he's passionate about the food?
And you know what? Your passion is speaking volumes. That is unbelievable.
Thank
I
you
could
so
eat that
much.
morning, noon, and night. Let me
Thank
just
you.
say. Now, the little fruit cups that you have over there, so beautiful in the
Oh,
martini
thank
glasses.
you. Yes. So it's a white peach sangria that we make in house, and it's just assorted fruits, your different melons and strawberries, things like that. We let it marinate in the white peach sangria for 24 hours.
And
toss
is this
it
what
in
you
there.
let me sample?
Yes,
You gave me a
yes.
little cup so that I could sample what the. So this is a sample of the
Yes.
sangria that would marinate
Yes,
in.
we got like a white peach in there, passion fruit, a few different mint, things like this. We muddle it and then we let it
Ooh.
kind of sit with the fruit for 24
And
hours.
can I hit on the butters, please? Because the butters, I've never seen a butter display like this.
Yes, absolutely. So this is more of like an upgraded butter display that you would get. It comes with the bread, but you got a few different kinds of butters we make in-house. And today you got the roasted garlic and chive butter, a smoked chipotle maple. You have a bacon, brown sugar, and bourbon butter, as well as a lemon zest and parsley butter. So just a little bit nice to go with all the different breads and things like that. Takes it a step up, I would say, from your normal just simple butter to go with it.
And
so.
you've been doing this for 45 years. You guys are celebrated a big anniversary this year as well.
That's correct.
45 years going strong, and I'm guessing once people come on board the boat and they try your food, they realize they want it for all of their events too. And you can do it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Weddings, corporate events, large functions. I mean, anything. We've played up in the middle of field, barns, everywhere. Just anywhere where people want their events. We're more than happy to do it and execute it beautifully.
And I just want to say thank you to this Jim, especially for coming aboard, because he's not big on boats, but we got him on board today so that he could feature all this great food. So
Thank you.
chefs in the kitchen, but also just two wonderful people as well. And I can't thank Normandy Catering enough for having us aboard. Can we dig in now? Is it okay?
Absolutely.
Okay,
What would
before
you
we
like?
continue to explore. Can we cut some more meat? I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready for it.
All right.
Our cruise on the Good Time 3 continues after the break, and we're talking all sorts of entertainment.
Sponsors of New Day Cleveland include
Are you ready for some entertainment? We got some great entertainment on board the Good Time 3. And Captain Rick, how's entertainment changed over the years here?
Well, it's evolved for sure. We had one band that played on the Good Time 2 for 30 years straight, every Friday and Saturday night.
What kind of music was that?
That was big band, dance music. Back then, all the guys had to wear a sport coat.
Ooh.
Girls had to wear a dress.
Yeah.
So things have changed considerably.
So we set the mood there for yesteryear, but now we're talking about today. What do we have today?
We have bands, we have rock and roll, we have country, we have R&B with like Hub's Groove.
Do you have that Channel 8 guy?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have Todd Meany and his group on board, Ace Molar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So what time of day, are they different types of day, or is it one particular trip where people hear that and go like, yeah, I want to be in on that party?
Friday and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
It's our City Lights cruise. We have entertainment, we have a band and a DJ on board every Friday and Saturday night, starting after June 15th every year, and then we run through Labor Day. And then we also run Friday nights through the end of September.
Okay, so we're on this ship on the Good Time 3. Where do we go during this?
We go up the Cuyahoga River and the lakefront of Cleveland. We try to show off the city. I mean, that's really what the Good Time is. We're kind of like Cleveland's concierge.
So it's great. So you're in a party, having a party, and then you're looking at all the parties taking place on the Cuyahoga River, because that's just one river full of parties too, right?
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of interaction back and forth between the landlubbers and the sailors on board. And we also do a bunch of special events throughout the summer. Obviously, early in the season, we do Mother's Day, Father's Day. We have a 4th of July fireworks cruise with or without dinner. We have Princess and Pirates cruises, superhero cruises. We have a omakase.
What's that?
The omakase cruise is awesome. It's twisted burgers and sushi out of Medina. And they come on board and they do an endless sushi bar. It's wonderful. We have 2 dates this summer with them. So we're looking forward to that one, of course.
So people can go to your website and they can see what's happening, what time. And you can't just show up here to do this. I mean, you probably have to get a ticket in advance. How do you do it?
Most of the time, people are getting tickets in advance, especially now with the internet. People buy tickets online in advance, but you can also come up to the ticket office and buy tickets, half an hour before the cruise.
You mean we can be spontaneous?
We can in Cleveland.
Hey, how about parking? When the people come down here, let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, there is parking on the pier. It is limited, but it is close in. You pay with a credit card or and a QR code, just like you have to get a QR code to get on the boat now.
Yes.
We don't use tickets like we used to.
So the music, we talked about some rock and roll. Do you still do some big band stuff?
Not really. Most of the entertainment is modern,
Hip. We're talking hip.
Oh yeah.
Like you.
Well,
like
I
me.
try. Yeah, we try. Yeah, we're hip, of course.
Hey, let's tell them a little bit about the boat. Has been you keep this boat like in tip-top shape. So I mean, we know about the catering, we got the entertainment now, but this is one of those things too where It's sort of a classy game, isn't it?
I like to think so. The beauty of the Good Time is we're the boat for everyone. So I can do, events for major corporations here in Cleveland, as well as I can do summer outings for kids that are in summer camps.
That's right.
And so we really appeal to everyone. People have asked, what is your market? And my simple answer is everyone.
That's right. You make up a good idea. You talk to Captain Rick. He can make it happen.
Exactly.
Aboard the Good Time 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Having a great time here.
After the break, we're wrapping up our cruise on the Good Time 3 with a favorite destination.
One of the places you'll sail by on your cruise is this gem right here. It's Merwin's Wharf, and if you've never been here, I'm telling you, you need to visit. I'm here with Ben Rockauer, and Ben, the views are incredible.
Yes, it is out here on the Cuyahoga River. It is patio season. For the Metro Parks, we have a beautiful backdrop of nature. You can also catch freighters at the Good Time coming by, and yeah.
There's something about being outdoors, enjoying patio season, and then of course, let's talk about the food, because you just launched your summer menu. So tell us about some of the items you offer here.
We did just launch our summer menu. Some of the items that we like to feature, some of the crowd favorites are our grouper bites. We of course have our classic staple, the big pretzel. It comes with 3 different dips. And then
There's something about a pretzel that I cannot resist.
And it's a lot to handle.
I mean, I can eat it all, Ben.
Yeah, I've tried it, and good luck. But, and then, we do have some other features as our tacos, and then we also have weekly specials and happy hour specials that we do as well.
And something that is worth noting, this is all locally sourced food.
It is. It's all from the area. All local produce providers, meat providers, everything that is locally sourced from the area.
Ben, I can't believe I'm Cleveland born and raised. I've never been here, and I didn't even realize just how amazing this place really is. And this is a place that you can come for date night, you can go for a fun time out with the girls, or you can even bring the kids.
It is. Cleveland Metro Parks has a lot to offer. We have so many different venues that have great sights and experiences. Merwin's Wharf is added on to that as a destination location.
Right.
Again, coming down here, getting a fair bite to eat, enjoying the patio, enjoying the river. We have our green space next door with Rivergate Park attached to Heritage Park. There's 200 years of history down here. This river has come a long way as far as being cleaned up, and really with the ambiance and the food coupled together, it's a great place to be.
I'd be amiss if I did not mention the drinks in front of us. All 3 of these look amazing, and this is just a small assortment of what you offer.
This is a small assortment. These are some of our crowd favorites. We have our salty beefeater gin with a hint of basil. This is our classic sunset margarita, and then we also have our Bloody Mary, traditional Bloody Mary.
Amazing. Now, Ben, I see some boats over there. Not saying I have a boat, but if I did, I could dock it here?
Absolutely. We do have boat docks available on a daily basis. They are first come, first serve. There's an easy pay user app down there that you can use, and a phone number in case your cell phone isn't working. And if you're interested, you can come into the restaurant and order food. If you're not looking for an extended stay, we do have a QR code you can scan right there, do your online ordering, and then come up and pick the food and get back to floating.
I mean, this is perfect. So you could spend the summer day sailing along the East Cuyahoga River, and then when your stomach starts rumbling, you stop at Merwin's Wharf, you get the pretzel, the tacos, a couple of beverages, and then your day is made.
Absolutely. Especially if you come Wednesday through Friday, we have our happy hour from 3 to 6.
What is today? Because I think it's happy hour.
Close enough. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Ben.
Absolutely.
Why do you always get the good food, huh? What's going on here?
Listen, and I got to man the ship for a second, but you had some fun too, my friend.
I had some fun. You know what? She got the hat, so I was going like, she got the hat, so they gave me a hat too. I got to tell you what, you
We
come up
share
here,
the love.
jump on board Good Time 3. It is a great trip. You have the evening cruises, there's the
Yes.
great food, the fun, the music.
You could book those private events too when you think about it. And there's no shame in anyone's game. All hour long, I've had these on to make sure that I don't get sick. Why? Because the boat could sometimes rock. So make sure you're prepared just in case. But because of these, I've been A-okay this whole time.
And everyone has been A-okay for 65 years. So come
And
on out
going
and celebrate
strong.
the season aboard the Good Time 3.
We've had a blast. I'm Natalie Herbeck.
I'm David Moss, and we'll see you on the next.
New Day Cleveland.
So long.
All aboard.
Welcome aboard the Good Time 3. This is your captain, Natalie Herbeck, speaking here from New Day Cleveland. And in a few moments, we will have someone from the crew going around to show you how to use those life vests. So bear with us for one moment. And again, so good to have you all on board.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
definitely. That was
okay?
perfect.
Is that good? You sure?
Yeah.